Hello, ladies, and happy Wellness Wednesday. Sorry about that. I couldn't get it out. I wasn't using my throat chakra a lot today. But it is I, Aubrey. And at this stage of the game, I hope that if you've been tuning in for the last 7 days, you have really gotten to know my style of coaching, gotten to know me, gotten to know my office, and the fact that I like to sit behind my desk with the space heater. It's not on today, by the way. So without further ado, let's cut to it. Every Wednesday, I do a chat. And this chat takes place either around 9 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. I notify you guys. And the purpose of this chat is to connect with you on mindset, nutrition, and your fitness. Now, we just are on the cusp of completing the 4th Perfect 10 challenge. And this is significant because each round that you do, you're going to get better at it. As long as you finish it, right? You're going to learn something more about yourself. And I included in that. I learned things about myself. I learned how to help coach people better with this. Now, what is required of you right now of Perfect 10 is just finish the damn thing. If you're still with me, finish it. Because otherwise, we are teaching ourselves that when the going gets tough, the tough doesn't get going. I told this to my son a long time ago. Long time. He's only 8 years old. This was when he was 5. I signed him up for like a kids acro class. Now we get to the acro class, and it was like a 4-week series, and there are no boys in it, none, and all these girls in sparkly little leotards, everything. The first class he did. The second class he did. The third class, he's like, Mommy, I'm not going. I don't want to go. And I said, you have to go, but you don't have to participate in the class. You have to watch. Okay. And that's what he did. So the third class, he still went, and he sees all the girls in the sparkly outfits, and he just observes. He just was like, not fitting in. It wasn't something we continued, but we were going to finish the 4-week series. 4th week, doesn't want to go. I said, we are still going, and I would like you to participate, but let's see how you feel when you get there. We get there. Another little boy is in the class. It so happens to be, a late arrival in the series, I guess, whatever. And so he participates. By him hanging in there for that extra week, he got to finish the 4-week series, what we started. Even in that week where he didn't want to participate, he still showed up. So there's the difference. And I'm going to use Kelly Johnston as a great example who jumped on here. When she was a part of my Envision series, so she was a part of my one-on-one coaching. She's now a member at my studio, but she did my 6-month Envision series. She just graduated from it. And she showed up to every Zoom call and participated in every Zoom call, except there was one where she was sick as a dog. She still showed up. She couldn't physically participate in some of the things, but she showed up anyway. And her results were magnified because she still showed up even when she couldn't go all in. Because this is what I realized. Perfect 10 has changed my life and the life of hundreds of other women who really have these light bulb moments. And here's the light bulb moment. When I look at a food, I ask myself, Aubrey, is that going to make you feel like a 10 or a perfect 4? It's okay. It's not judgment like, oh, no, boo-hoo. It's just, it's probably going to make me feel like a perfect 4 in the morning. How do I let go of shame around that? We've all woken up the next day saying, I shouldn't have eaten that. Oh, I shouldn't have. And we shame ourselves to death. It is a pattern we teach ourselves. Someone who was an expert stylist, a great friend of mine, her name is Alex Phones. She taught me that when you go shopping, Aubrey, if that outfit doesn't make you feel like a 10, why are you buying it? We're buying it because it's going to make us feel good in the moment. We're buying it because it's making us feel good in the moment. Do you see a correlation? We're eating it. We're drinking it because it makes us feel good in the moment. Now, Do we want a closet full of clothes that makes us feel like a perfect 4? Or do we want a closet full of clothes that makes us feel like a perfect 10? I start to get rid of clothes that don't make me feel like a 10 anymore. Now, mostly clothes in my closet range from a 8 to a 10. They've come a long way. It's the clothes that you don't wear, but they're still in there. It's the foods that you still have in your pantry that don't make you feel that you're closing the gap on your goals, but you still buy them anyway. It's the thoughts that you think that don't get you closer to your goals, but you still think them anyway. The human condition. So now that you have a different layer or level of thought onto that, can you give me some massive thumbs up? Because I feel like that was like, oh, thank you. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have like fireworks going on in the background. Okay. Now let's talk about this next thing. Why should you take these next days very seriously to book a call? All right. I'm coming to get you. Because oftentimes we hide from ourselves. It's not like you're hiding from me. It's like, are you hiding from yourself? And I want to reveal to you something called the 5 whys. And this, the 5 whys, if you didn't know, was created by the founder of Toyota in 1930s. His name was Sakichi Toyoda, Toyoda. Like Yoda, but they changed the spelling, right? When they, I guess, became a larger car manufacturer. Well, he developed this technique because he said once you ask the question why 5 times, you uncover the root cause of why you haven't been able to reach a goal. And in the world of engineering, this was called lean methodology, like LEAN. You're getting lean. You start to get leaner and realize, oh, that's why. All right, so get a pen and a piece of paper if you're not driving, because this just might change your life. So I have an example here that I'm going to read from my computer screen, just because sometimes I like to use my notes, and I've been lazy printing things out on my computer. I'm like, it's just on my screen. Do I need to print it out? Not the best habit. Gotta call myself out on that. Okay, now, let's say you ask yourself the question, why am I not able to reach my fitness, weight loss, health goal in the last 10 years or so, in the last decade? Let's say you're like, I'm the hamster and I sing the same song. Actually, you're the parrot, and you're the parrot that sings the same song. See, I'm just on this diet, perfect 10. See, I'm just on this new diet, carnivore. See, I'm on this new diet. And people around you are like, here she goes again, bitching about her weight or telling herself that she's not good enough. Why are you doing this? Okay. Number 1, why? Because I keep losing weight and gaining it back. All right. Why do you keep losing weight and keep getting it back? Here comes the second why. Because I follow a strict diet, but don't stick with them long enough. Why do you follow the strict diet and don't stick with it long enough? Because I feel deprived and eventually give up. Why do you feel deprived and eventually give up? Because I see dieting as a temporary thing instead of building sustainable habits. Why do you see dieting as a temporary thing and building sustainable habits? Because I've never focused on creating a long-term mindset around food and movement. Now we can keep going, because we could say, why did that? And the answer could be because I saw that's how my mom operated, and that's all I knew. Or I could see, typically this does send us back to childhood, or some levels, what I've noticed of like mom guilt, sister guilt, friend guilt, whatever. It's usually the root cause is shame, guilt, or doubt. And that root cause has become a trapped emotion in the body. Now, I'm not a one-trick pony, guys. I've been doing this for the last 2 decades plus. I have worked with clients that these emotions are so deeply trapped in them, and they're open for change, that we do different techniques, and I might even refer them to different practitioners to get this shit out. if it doesn't work with the techniques that they can do on themselves. So everyone is different, but I want you to drop into the comments, if you're brave enough, of Vim's fighting words, why you have not reached your goal in the last 10 years. Some people might say, well, because I don't have enough money. We already talked about how to handle the money objections, guys. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. We've talked about the time objections, because top reasons why people don't want to do a transformation program. This is what I hear. Don't have the money, don't have the time. What else do they tell me? Those are the two main things. Don't have the money, don't have the time. And I am cut from the cloth that if I want it, I don't care what that shit costs, I'm going to do it. So, all right. Book a call. We'll talk about your 5 whys, your solution. And for those of you who are going to finish the Perfect 10 tomorrow, post your physical results. I saw some good food pictures. I definitely would not call it food porn. Our food is looking pretty blasé, wouldn't you say? And that's no fun. So it got me thinking, I want you, as you continue down the journey of food, how can you add some excitement to your meals with what nature provides you? How can you think of, the old adage, eat the rainbow, not meaning like the Skittles, but how you can add more colorful things. Fruit does a great job at that. Different colored vegetables. When you go to the grocery store, see things through a different lens and think like, I'm going to try that because it's a different color. Now, there are some colored foods, like maybe it's like red and yellow peppers. They're beautiful, and green peppers. That's what I think of. But when I eat them raw, I have acid reflux, because I know that because I have the hiccups. It's a mild form of acid reflux, or it's hard to digest. Or red onion. These are beautiful colors, so it could be really helpful to saute those. We learned a lot about preserving the quality of your food while not completely nuking it. And you don't have to eat all these things raw. Steaming is a really great way to cook vegetables, and it won't necessarily stink up your house. Sometimes I get that people say, I don't want to cook fish because it makes my house stink, or I don't want to cook this because it makes my house stink. Plan to have a ventilation system. Think about steaming. I know when my husband makes bacon in the air fryer, it is the messiest, stinkiest stuff. And we just all walk around smelling like we were at Cracker Barrel for a week, right? And I hate that. So open up the windows. I like when he just actually cooks it in the oven instead of on the stovetop. So that kind of contains it a little bit. So if those things are a deterrent, be resourceful. Try some other things. Don't totally rule something out just because you've only tried one way. If you enjoyed today's Wellness Wednesday chat, please give me a thumbs up or a star in the comment. I always appreciate that love. And let me know what you want to talk about next Wednesday. Keep in mind that I am currently offering a discount off of my Envision series. So this time with Perfect 10, anytime I do a launch, you get to be grandfathered in to my special rate of it's $405 a month or $450 if you pay month to month. You have an option of a 6-month program or a year. You get bigger discounts by paying in full. I want you to think about what that breaks down to is you cost shift some things working with a professional in the field for $100 a week, where I can get you to your goals, making you feel like a perfect 10. You tell me if it's worth it. I know Kelly Johnston would say it is. Next, the price is going up, and it equates to about $1,000 over the course of the year. So you can save a significant amount of money if you just book the call today. Gang, I feel like a broken record. Book the damn call. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I feel like this was a helpful topic of discussion, don't you? Ciao for now.